At EB Games, we take games seriously.
Now, the definition of a buried treasure is a game that was really, really good, but maybe didn't sell a lot of units. And this game, surprisingly enough, did not sell very well. I'm talking about Parappa the Rapper. Now, because it's a PlayStation 1 game, you can put it in your PlayStation 2 and play it as well. I gotta say, this was the most innovative game for its time. And the story here was that it was all about, like, great music and interactive. The songs are hilarious.
In the rain, I'm in the snow.
Got the funky flow.
Got the funk flow.
In the rain or in the snow.
In the rain, I'm in the snow.
Got the funky flow.
It's, you know, it's all about kind of timing, you know, as people did certain moves, you had to press the button and it showed you what button you had to do it in time with the music. Then the better you did, the music would get more full, and the worse you did, it would go down. Now, when the game first came out, you know, it was priced at around 30 bucks. Well, now that it's 5 years old, you could probably go back and pick it up for real cheap, probably what you could have rented it for back then. Anyway, check it out. If you have never played it, you got to pick it up. If you've never owned it, you definitely got to get it. Parappa the Rapper.
Today, it's all about kart racing. We've got Mario Kart Double Dash from Nintendo for the GameCube versus Crash Nitro Kart, which is from Vivendi Universal for the Xbox, PlayStation 2, and GameCube. What did you think of the graphics in these two games?
Well, the graphics in Crash, I thought, were pretty well done.
Yep.
I mean, they were adequate. They had nice maps and things like that. I mean, they didn't blow me away or anything, but the maps in Mario Kart really did blow me away.
Absolutely.
And the graphics were much more out there and visually fulfilling.
Well, I think, first of all, Nintendo really understands the quality and the value.
Presentation.
Yeah,
They did the
a presentation, but
so well.
it's all based around their characters. They really knew how to bring their characters into this kart universe. I don't even know half of the characters in the Crash game, and, you know, I didn't really care about them at all. I didn't really care about playing them. I like playing as Crash, but the other guys that look like Jello and things like that, I'm not big fans of those guys. And the other thing that I noticed, too, was that the frame rate on the Xbox version of Crash Nitro Kart in multiplayer mode has chugs and sloppiness and slow frame. I couldn't believe it in a kart racing game. I think Mario Kart Double Dash with the 2-in-1 karts, the awesome interactive environments, much better looking, and even the menus are much better looking in Mario Kart.
The presentation overall.
Okay, now let's compare the gameplay in Double Dash to Crash Nitro Kart.
Well, I think that Double Dash takes the cake on this one as
Yes,
well.
yeah.
The one thing that I do like about Crash is it has adventure mode.
I like that too.
Which, you know, it really kind of tells the story and why you're beating, the races you're beating.
They ripped that off from Diddy Kong Racing, which was one of my favorite kart racing games.
But I'll tell you the worst part about both of these games,
Yes.
which is sacrilege, especially for kart racing games, no online play.
Yeah,
Come
no, that's
on
not
now.
good.
Especially for Crash on the Xbox, you got to get Xbox Live in there.
Yeah,
Come
they
on.
could have done that for
You know,
sure.
it's a reason for people to buy it.
Double Dash you can play over a LAN, so they've got the Ethernet connection going, they just don't connect it to anything online. Now, what did you think of the audio in these games?
I think Mario takes it again.
Yes.
You know, the kart sound is very funny and cartoony, almost sounds like a sputtering fart or something.
Right.
I thought the music was a little more appropriate and better production quality in Crash,
Right?
but the overall audio...
I don't know about appropriate. I think the music in Mario is appropriate for the different levels.
Yeah, but the problem was that the production quality, it sounded very much like an old Super Nintendo
It sounded like a cartridge.
on Mario.
Absolutely.
It sounds like cartridge music with the, you know, I want to hear that style of music, but played with live instruments. I say that all the time, I know, but...
I hated the voiceovers in Crash Nitro Kart. I couldn't stand them. They just seemed like they were just squeezed out there any chance they could. They didn't make any sense to me. Whereas in Mario Kart, you really got a sense of the playfulness going back and forth between the characters. I love little baby Luigi, who can't even say his name. When you select him, he says,
How does he sound?
Baby Ouija.
it's overly cute, but it works so well in the game, and if you're playing with other people, you're smiling, man. You're having a really good time. All right, so overall, what are your opinions on these two kart games?
Overall, I think Mario Double Dash is a more polished game. The presentation is amazing. Crash, although okay, It just doesn't stand up to Mario.
Absolutely. Much more polished experience with Double Dash. The good news about Crash is that it's available on the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, and Mario Kart obviously won't be on those two systems, so everybody gets a kart game. But if you've got the Cube, don't even look at Nitro Kart. So what are you going to give Mario Kart Double Dash?
I'm giving Mario Kart an 8.5.
I'm giving it a 9.5. What about Crash Nitro Kart?
Crash gets the 7.
I'm giving it a 7 as well.
Well, it looks like the Paisan wins once again. We give the nod to Mario.
Today on the show, we took a look at Beautiful Joe for the GameCube. We love the style and look of this beat-em-up, but Tommy was really confused about the name. On the Xbox, but also for the PlayStation 2, we looked at Whiplash. This is an awesome concept. You actually get to wail on bad guys with a bunny rabbit. The action does get a little repetitive, though. For the PlayStation 2, but also for the PC, we looked at American Idol. There's some nice singing in this game, but it's not a step up in the music game genre at all. In Versus, we looked at Mario Kart Double Dash from Nintendo for the GameCube, which has great graphics, audio, and gameplay. We compared it to Crash Nitro Kart from Vivendi Universal for the GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2. Now, we liked the adventure mode in this game, and the gameplay was decent, but without a doubt, it did not stack up to Mario Kart Double Dash at all. Double Dash is the clear winner here. In hardware, we mixed things up a little bit and looked at Karaoke Revolution for the PlayStation 2, which requires a microphone to play. Now, this game features a good variety of songs and very fun gameplay, but you can cheat and not actually sing the words. On the Game Boy Advance, I reviewed Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Now, this is one of my favorite Game Boy Advance games of all time. It's a great action role-playing game, and you should definitely pick it up. Hey, stick around. After the break, it's the battle of the kart games with Mario Kart Double Dash versus Crash Nitro Kart.